after the triumph of Apollo 11, NASA landed 5 more exploration missions on the surface of the Moon, each more advanced and ambitious than the last.
Of the 6 Apollo lunar landing missions, the last 3 were incredibly productive scientifically because they built on the previous flights in a very big way. They had a lunar module that could stay 3 full working days on the surface, that had a lunar roving vehicle that could carry the crew miles to different sites of geological and scientific interest. It carried a much larger suite of experiments to operate for nearly 10 years after the crew returned, sending information back to scientists all over the world. That prodigious outpouring of data was really one of the greatest achievements of the whole Apollo program and transformed it from a political objective in getting to the surface ahead of the Russians into a very, very major scientific endeavor.
This unprecedented scientific yield has unlocked the history and evolution of our planet and the solar system. But the benefits of NASA's Apollo program are far more wide-reaching for us all.
Sending human beings to the Moon laid the groundwork for exploration of the rest of our solar system, so sending robotic explorers off to Mars, Venus, but they also laid the way for international collaboration. Sending people up to the International Space Station, working together for a common cause would not have been possible without the technology developed through the Apollo missions. Hopefully, although it's NASA's greatest achievement to date, there's going to be plenty more equally exciting achievements down the line for exploring the solar system.
Between 1968 and 1972, 24 men flew to the Moon and 12 walked upon its surface for the benefit of all mankind. The flags and footprints left behind during the Apollo lunar program have come to symbolize not only NASA's greatest achievement, but the achievement of an entire generation and the promise of mankind's future in space.
It's the world taking the next steps. It's not just NASA, and NASA's been fantastic and led the way, but all these voyages in space, we're all doing this together.
With the right amount of money, the right amount of skill, and the right amount of political and public support, we can do anything and go anywhere. And I think if we want to go to Mars, we can do that.
This renewed human commitment to deep space exploration that we're seeing, it's going to remind us of what exploration is all about. And once again, of what being humans is all about.
The space program is really responsible for telling us who we are. It's shown us our place in the universe and really marks the beginning of the environmental movement.
We didn't have respect for this planet until we could look back at it and see how unique it actually is. And if we don't look after it, our children's children will not be here to appreciate it in the way we can today.
Whatever the future may hold for space exploration, it's clear that what NASA has achieved in just a few decades has defined how we live on our home planet and how we will explore our future in space.
I personally like to think the greatest achievement of NASA is that it is a civilian-based agency, actually international in its aspirations to draw in a world community of scientists and researchers, and to inspire the next generation of students, scientists and engineers to literally go where no one else has gone before and be the representational catalyst for all spacefaring nations to follow it to the exploration of the solar